So tonight I'm actually showing Jesse the proper way to use a drill. Just kidding. See if you can spot it in one of the other videos. But
I was doing that and I was like, why is this so hard? It wasn't hard the last time, but yeah, just watch the trellis video.
we are getting ready to move our meat chicks. They have been in our stress-free chicken tractor back there, which is still set up greenhouse mode because we've still been having some cooler nights. They're pretty well hardened off. We're going to get some really warm weather this week. So what I want to do is get them into our bigger Salatin style tractor. This is 8x12, I believe. Or maybe it's 8x10 and the other one's 8x8. I don't know. From a footprint standpoint, this basically almost doubles their footprint. We're going to try to actually run them in an open yard. We have a smaller net. I think they're just about big enough to go into the net, and if I keep the net hot, keep them away from it, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So we're going to try to set that up tonight and hope that that works.
Hold on, buddy. Let us break this computer. Yeah, Jeff. Let it go. You can't. Oh my gosh, this is a tiny one.
Do you like having meatbirds?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, no,
Because what?
because you can eat them.
Yeah. Are they good?
Yeah.
Is it sad that we eat them? Do you think it's sad?
No, it isn't sad.
Good.
So our thought process is now is I think I can get 2 days per this little paddock right here while they're this age. As they get older, I think they won't. But to give credit where credit is due, this was definitely Jesse's idea, because she's like, you don't want to have to move it every day. That's not reducing the amount of times you're touching it. So ideally, I'm the only one that really moves our chicken tractors. It's kind of good for me, one, that I'm not actually gonna have to move them every day, and then number two, it's kind of good for me because I'm not having to worry about her having to try to move them. So what we do on our grounding rods is we run 3-foot grounding rods on most of our chicken fences. If I had a bigger animal, I would probably ground it a little deeper. But one of the things I do, because we do use movable fences, is I actually put a bolt through the grounding rod so I can get, and then I just use a crowbar and I just pull them straight up. So I don't bend them. They come right out of the ground. I just take like a 4x4 piece or something out there, set that crowbar on it, or a 2x4 and then a 4x4, and they pull right up out of the ground, even in wet ground. So I did that after digging a bunch of holes in my front yard last year. So if you're going to use movable chicken fence, that's probably that's kind of just a quick tip that I've learned to help me out, be able to get my grounding rods out of the yard. That's what I'm doing with this, because tonight we're gonna put a new charger on, or a fencer on, our meatbirds. So this is the fencer that we went with. It is Parmark. It's manufactured by Parker McCroy Manufacturing in Kansas City, Missouri. We're close enough to Kansas City that I would call that local. So I chose this. It had good reviews online. I watched a couple videos on it, and it's a 6-volt DC fence energizer. So we're gonna try it out, see what it works. Everything I read said it works fine with chicken fencing, Premiere1. So we're gonna try that out, and then we're also going to. It's at about I think it's 0.75 joules all the way up to somewhere close to 4, and it's low impedance. So that's what we're looking for with the fencing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it hooked up here. I gotta find something better than a bucket to set it on. I may just set it on the ground for now or on a board. So I go ahead and drive that as deep as possible, just because I don't want it sticking, a kid stepping on it or anything like that. And I didn't have a bolt that fit it, so I'm just gonna go right up to where I can still get a bolt through it. The other thing I will say is we set up all of our electric fences with clips and unclips. We don't wire them directly in that way because they're movable and you got to unhook them, and it's just easier to do it that way. So that's what we found that works for us very well. Who's going to test it?
Clicking.
It is clicking. I guess I've got an on and off. I'm not used to an on and off. Our other Energizer doesn't have an on and off. Just got battery or no battery.
One's out.
Why don't you throw some food in there? I see it. Goodness. I'm caught.
I'm crying. I can get no meatballs.
We're gonna fix you guys real fast here.
Do you like it when they flap you?
No. I can put no.
All right, so first things first. My grounding rod's not deep enough, so I'm sitting here actually touching the electric fence and it's on. I can feel it hitting. It's just not hitting hard enough to stop any kind of animal that would be determined to get through it. The second part is we let the chicks out and roam, and they can go straight through the fence and without it really delivering a shot. I can fix the ground rod portion of it, but I can't fix them still being able. There's a couple of them that can literally just run right through and not touch the fence. So they're not quite big enough. So I know that Premiere1 sells a shock, no shock fence. I think eventually we will probably get one of those. They've only got 3 or 4 more weeks left. So for now, we have 2 working chicken tractors. We have a third one that if we needed to, we can make space in. We're just gonna go back to the Salinson style. So we shot this whole video with this plan and it didn't work out. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. It's trial and error. You live and you learn. Sometimes the best blade plans don't work out. So, but hey, you live and you learn. Next year we'll be better prepared. We'll try that. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll go find a couple $100 and I'll go order some fence. But probably not likely. That's not really in our budget right now. So, because we made the decision, should we go buy? We knew we needed a fencer, an electric fencer, and we knew we needed some fence. We know we wanted some fence. So we made the decision, hey, we've got this other fence laying around that we do utilize it actually when we move the other chickens. Now I think what I'm going to end up doing is just extending the other chickens' run. So we're back over here by our lairs. So obviously putting the chicks, our meat chicks, out on pasture is just not in the cards at this time. So really, honestly, we were sitting there debating. We've been shooting this video all week because I get home at night. I'm actually late to something that I'm supposed to be at right now because I like to use the daylight when I have it. And so not making excuses, but we're gonna put this video up and show you guys that, hey, we're not perfect. We really don't know what we're doing half the time. But one of the things I was gonna show you guys is we're standing right next to these layers have been on this grass for right at 4 days. Now it's warmer, it hasn't been raining, so they haven't really torn it up super bad. I mean, they've aerated the soil, they're fertilizing the soil, but they're at about 4 days. So they're probably gonna get moved. If we don't get rained out Saturday, they'll get moved Saturday. If not, it'll be Sunday. So they'll be right at 6 days. Well, 6 days is fine, but it'll be just a little more stress than we would like. Behind us was 8 days just due to rain and things like that. So we kept them on that paddock a little bit longer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the fence we do have that we were gonna use for the meat birds, and I'm gonna extend their run. And we're gonna move them up this valley closer to the house. They're gonna go over where we're gonna put the pumpkin patch here in a couple weeks. So, you know, that's part of the whole homesteading mindset. When something doesn't work out, you gotta move on, you gotta adjust, and we'll do that. It is what it is. So we're gonna end the video here tonight. One thing I really quick I wanted to talk about, hey, we have a lot of new subscribers in the last couple weeks. We did a live last Saturday night. Let us know what you guys think about that in the comment. That was something we really,
It was so much fun.
Me and Jesse really enjoyed that. So we're thinking about doing that. I don't think we would want to, we're not willing to probably commit to a once a week deal, but maybe we would do that again more on a little bit of a regular basis. So if you guys like that idea, you enjoyed it, if you participated, great. If you didn't, you can go check that out. But we'll definitely do another one if you guys are down with that, because we really did enjoy that, getting to talk to everybody. So second thing is we got pigs coming 1st of June. I've got to get started on the pen. Jesse's got some stuff that she's going to start working on soon. Garden update coming soon. And again, you guys are just seeing kind of our trials and our, you know, the whole trial and error thing. We're on year 2 of doing this, and we're still not experts, which we didn't expect to be. So don't expect us to be. If that's why you're watching us, we're not. But we like to have fun. Maybe you can learn from some of our mistakes. Maybe you can help correct us in some of our mistakes. Anyways, guys, we're going to get off. We'll see you next time.
Bye. See you later.
See ya.